think anybody else, or at least any decision makers, have the vision of actually living off planet all your life.
So would this be a one-day experience, or would it be like a week long?
Okay. For college students, it could be a semester long. It would be a semester off planet. And you would take courses from visiting professors and join a research project under the sponsorship of a professor. For students, elementary school students and middle school students, they can sign up for a week-long camp during school vacation week or in the summer. And it'd be very much like a summer camp, but instead of being on a lake and, playing sports and basket weaving crafts, you are living in your Martian habitat and harvesting from the Martian greenhouse. And okay, for families, it would be an all-day living history thing. Experience could be 2 days, could be a weekend. And then for corporate retreats, it might be 1 to 4 days. I was sent on a 4-day corporate retreat to learn project planning techniques years and years ago, very early in my software career. And they just put us up at a very boring hotel. So, John?
Yeah, I've always been very interested in the concept of the lava tubes. People in Oregon have been working on it for a long time. And the practical, if you're going to be able to do that, you're not going to find, typically on, say, on Mars, an opening with a ground level entrance. You're going to have to actually be able to come down through the river.
Okay, John, this is not talking about lava tubes. This has nothing to do with lava tubes, except someone asked a question.
If you're going to present this as part of your course, one part of the course would be addressing the practical problems that have to be solved to make all these things work. That would be very, very useful.
John, yes, I understand, and you can sign up for the semester off planet and take courses on living off planets, and they probably will not spend much time on lava tubes. So, other questions?
Depends. Depends upon what you find.
Yeah.
A lot of it depends upon what turns up.
Comment: you might take future living history, which doesn't roll off the tongue very well, and flip-flop that a little bit and just say living future.
Living future? Okay. Good idea.
It's the same as living history. It's living future.
Thank you, Terry.
If you're going to try and sell to the public, you want it near higher, you want it near transportation centers or near high-density public areas. Of course, that raises your land costs.
Yeah, although some local governments will give you long-term leases on land just for economic development. There's a landfill outside Philadelphia. I was driving back from Washington, and I went over this big bridge, and I was thinking, where on earth can I situate this thing? And I looked out to the side, and here's this hillside covered with raw dirt and a big earth-moving machine going over it. And it was pretty clearly a landfill. Yes. So the city fathers of Philadelphia might have been quite generous. Where I really wanted is on the mall in Washington, D.C. And you can actually do that, but you're limited to about 1 month, and then you got to move it. Yeah.
Just observation, I've been in Florida a lot, and driving through Georgia, where I thought the soil in Georgia was like Mars.
Yes. Yeah. I went to high school south of Atlanta, and that red clay gets everywhere. Yep. And in fact, there was a quarry near my house that would have been a good site for this. You can get down in the quarry and not see around you. Quarries actually look a fair bit like, say, the bottom of a lunar crater. So
you need to go down there and bottle up a bunch of that red Georgia
yep.
and sell it as Mars simulant.
Colorado soil, Arizona, look a lot. The two of you haven't said much. Any comments or?
Here to reclaim my computer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is interesting.
So
have you thought about including any of Bucky's structure, Bucksman Fuller structure into that? Because once you set up a template, they're easy to build at large volumes with good structural.
Yeah, you're talking about geodesic domes.
Invariance thereof.
It turns out geodesic domes are better on Earth where you're fighting gravity, but where you're fighting air pressure, you don't really need the structure. What you might have is a geodesic dome and then an inflatable skin over it. And the only purpose of the geodesic dome is if you lose pressure, it doesn't collapse all the way and, puncture itself on.
I'm thinking of those buildings that you're going to try and do radiation protection on. You're going to be burying it somehow.
Yeah.
And geodesic domes are a good structure for the pressure side of it.
Sure. It also might be useful as a formwork for, and then putting something on top of it. Yeah.
Because what you said, templates for constructing it, even mass produce atmosphere would be
better. I mean, the geodesic dome is easier to put up because it's modular, but from a strength standpoint, it's better just to have a split dome. You have that technique that you were referring to, where you inflate a form and spray the concrete on the inside. That's a monolithic dome.
Yeah, right. Those are nice if you've got the chemicals available to make the mixture to spray.
Does anybody want to see any of the pictures again before I, let him reclaim the computer?
Yeah. Now people have made real concrete out of lunar simulant and out of true lunar soil. They scrub for some of that and made concrete. And the only thing you need to make concrete on the moon is extra hydrogen.
Or water.
Oxygen and make your own water. So everything else is there, but I don't know if anybody's done similar parallel studies for Mars.
Well, there's plenty of water on Mars, at least away from the equator.
But out of all of the stuff to make a good
does anybody want to see one of the pictures again before I turn off the computer?
You got them on yours. Somebody does.
Well, yeah.
Didn't you set these up on a website? Is this your own?
A lot of them are on a website, yeah. Do you want to come turn it off? So.
Sure. Need to back it up.
Yeah. Come on over, turn it off.
Okay.
So. Other comments? Oh, actually, the tape's still running, so I should stand here.
Fred's got a question.
Yeah, Fred. Turn it off.
Okay. You done?
Send it to anybody yet for proposals or are you planning to?
I want to. I would really like a lot of help. Administrative help, graphics. Someone sent me several images last night, and I inserted them the wrong way, and that's why they didn't show.
So you don't have like a proposal prepared or anything?
I do not have a proposal ready to take to, for the $1 million grant. I would like help writing it, so if anybody's interested. I'd also, if in whatever city you live in, think about the major companies in your city, especially if they're corporate headquarters of a national organization. So if you're in Atlanta, there's Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines. So think about those cities. See if you know someone who works there that can get me in, or I'll send you a presentation and you can take it in. So. Other comments, questions?